Hi, I'm Nisha Yashwant. I currently head banking and finance projects, primarily for government finance organizations, international banks, nationalized financial institutions of repute, and some local renowned banks. I too run my luxury consulting business. Whenever I do get the time, I dabble in writing articles to various editorials and publications. Uh, I do write on a plethora of topics, but mostly it's fashion and lifestyle for me. Sometimes current affairs, once in a while, slice of life articles, and something that I am very passionate about is social work and volunteering. It's been somewhat of a dream to go ahead and be a philanthropist. That is a philanthropy is a way of life that I see myself being associated with, because even in the past I have involved myself and contributed my time, effort, money in causes and social causes, initiatives that have been very close to my heart. And also going ahead, I would like to be a part of causes and initiatives that are a need of the hour, would make a difference to our environment, or to people around us. Before I narrate my career journey and the milestones that have been a turning point in my life, I would like to share a real life lesson that's from my own experience, and also I feel it's universal. So here it goes. In case you are doing really well, whatever corporate setup that you are in, you have a fixed corporate career path that is going very well, but you do have creative pursuits, or you would like to venture into something that is very different, a sea change from whatever is going great in your lives, but are skeptical to take any action towards it, or take few steps towards it, or at least attempt it, because you're worried that there would be collateral damage from here to whatever is already going great in your life. I would say from my personal experience that that's not accurate. You can be multifaceted, and can pursue and fulfill all of your ambitions of maybe different prospects. It is not improbable, it is very attainable, provided you are determined to see yourself through it, and you have a very clear idea about how do you want to get there, what is exactly that you want to gain out of it, and how why do you want to do it. All right, so I am an engineer by academics. I did my engineering in electronics and telecommunication from NMIT. I would say that I am someone who is of a very curious nature, and when I say curious, it does not tend to people, but more curiosity about how things work, the origin of things, how did it come to be, origin of maybe places, historic artifacts, etc. So I always believe that knowledge is power. The more you know about something, and you can definitely understand and have a perspective about things based on that knowledge. In this whole life situation, that is the only arsenal I believe I want. Post my education, I joined Reliance Infocom. Now, Reliance Infocom was taking its nascent steps in the corporate sector, and so was my career. Then there was this very interesting turn of events where I joined Tata Group of companies, first with Taj Group of hotels and then later with TCS. TCS for me was a place for the first of many things. Here is where I wet my feet into the whole project management thing. So back then I did not have any particular agenda that there is this role or that role that I want to get into. But somehow when project management fell in my lap or I happened to start on it, I realized that this is something that is very akin, whatever is required for project management is very akin to, my own personal sensibilities. I am a very meticulous person. I love to plan. I am very conscious about, budgets and finance and knowledgeable and how. So these two things were really a match. And post that I got into finance, managing financial projects, uh, starting with the Royal Bank of Scotland, and then I worked for a brass company where I collaborated with many known names, such as I did projects for ICICI Bank, HDFC, HSBC. I worked in Axis Securities in trading, and then going ahead with government organizations and the rest that. So, in the midst of all this, a couple of years back, I realized that something was missing. I was not being true to my interests in life. I really wanted to attempt something that interests me immensely. So, just giving a bit of background, I was always very fond of literature and books. Uh, Writing may have been a fleeting interest, but I was always very much into books and reading. Going along the line, I had started a staggering interest in styling and fashion. Uh, I always felt that whatever the situation is, I could leave it a little more beautiful than it originally was. And keeping that in mind, I did want to take that idea forward and do something more with this alongside my interest for writing. So I did a diploma from London School of Fashion in fashion journalism for print. Post that, I started writing articles for a couple of fashion magazines, some other publications, etc. So there is this friend of mine, more of an acquaintance, who was into making short films. So he approached me with this idea that if I want to do production design, set up sets and costume and the whole look as a film. And I was a little skeptical back then because I had no idea how this whole industry works. However, my interest piqued, my curiosity. My curiosity, right? So I was like, let's give it a shot. I was always fascinated to know how movies were made, and this was an opportunity that fell right into my lap. I thought that what's the most that could happen, and I took a leap of faith and tried so, and what an incredible experience that has been. Luxury, I believe, is more of a mindset. Uh, in India and most parts of the world, majority of people consider luxury very unattainable. They feel that it's not for them, it's for the affluent. It's just a pipe dream that may never be a part of their life during the course of life. Uh, So I would want to change their notion. Maybe not the full spectrum, but I guess everybody deserves a bit of luxury in their life in some form or the other. I would like to make luxury a little more affordable, and infuse part of luxury into everybody's life. After all, that's what we are working towards. Just to strengthen my argument, I would like to present an analogy. It may not be a spot on analogy, but here goes it. In the days of yore, we had movie stars and celebrities who seemed so unattainable. We used to admire them from far. We were in awe of them, and they seemed like from a different world, leaving mere mortals, and they seemed like a galaxy apart. But now times have changed with the advent of social media, and celebrities being more approachable, etc. People connect more to them. Now it doesn't seem so far-fetched to have a peek into a celebrity's life. The gap has been bridged. It has come, the world has become smaller, and we now are aware of how they live their lives, and a little bit of their celebrity or life has been. So this global pandemic has been a trying time for most of us, and with this new wave of living life, and different diktats, it seems like that people have understood what their priorities are in life. They are putting a value in things that really matter, and seeing life from a different perspective. It's all about understanding what is good for you, and take choices to add value to your lives. Also, I feel that there is so much information and data there now, and with this much information out there brings a new fresh set of choices for each and everything that is out there, which is a good thing and also a bad thing. Good thing because one can never have many choices. You can choose from what is the most best for you. Take decisions as per what works for you and your family. But also the not so good thing is, because there is so much information out there, all this information may also not seem true. It is not vetted. There is no sense of authority to most of it. People are not sure if it's authentic, and hence skeptical, infusing it into your life even if it seems a great prospect. I have always prided myself to be a lone wolf, slowly and steadily inching towards the apex of success, and then reaching there, looking towards the sky with a determined look that I have achieved what all I set my eyes on. But that's not the complete truth. I have had the good fortune of knowing and meeting so many people during this whole journey of mine, that have been absolute pillars of support. Some have been great mentors, sources of inspiration, and helped me in some way or the other to be the kind of person that I am. I've also been very fortunate to have very strong, stellar women icons in my life. For example, while I was working for Royal Bank of Scotland, the late Mrs. Meera Sanyal was a country head for the organization. And when I did interact to her with her and heard her speak on banking practices, what all plans for the organization, and also the initiatives that the organization were taking in terms of altruistic causes and social causes. Her speech was so inspired. Whatever she spoke, also, you know uh, you could see her impeccable education, her clarity of thought, her determination to see through all this, plans. And that inspiration has still stayed with me. So I did have the privilege of interacting with Mr. Ratan Tata, whom I hold in the highest of regard. uh, and when you meet him, and I think many people who have had this opportunity would tell you so, he exudes this aura that makes you feel that he's approachable, yet he is a genius who knows what he wants. He is so generous in his being, yet he commands this respect of being one of those pioneers in the industry that he is in. So I feel that is a true mark of a leader, that you imbibe and inculcate these qualities that you see in these great personas, in whatever way you can in your life. Another advice for emerging leaders would be that you be true to your own self. Stand up for whatever you believe in, your principles, your values, your ideas. Do not be a sellout during trying times. There will always be difficult situations, such as these or others. There will always be some crisis or the others, but do not change with the changing times. Also, I cannot reiterate enough that have a vision, have a clear thought about what you want to do, and maybe not to scale, but at least have a clear understanding of where do you want to head in life, and what are your goals in life. Go ahead, spread your wings. Well, the sky is your limit, and you will always emerge as a great leader.